In this lesson, we will solve some problems on earned value management. Here is the first problem. You are working on a project that will last for 5 months. As per the plan, activity A starts in the first month and finishes at the end of the third month. Activity B will be performed in the second and the third months. Activity C starts in the mid of the third month and lasts for a month. Activity D begins at the start of the fourth month and has a duration of 2 months. The estimated cost of each activity is: Activity A $20,000, Activity B $50,000, Activity C $10,000, Activity D $30,000. What is the planned value at the end of the third month? A $70,000, B $80,000, C $75,000, D $30,000. Please pause the video and try this problem. Alright, we have a project that is 5 months long and we are supposed to find the planned value at the end of the third month. What is the planned value? It is the planned cost of the activities that we are supposed to complete from the start of the project till the end of the third month. Activity A starts in the first month and finishes at the end of the third month. $20,000 is the planned cost. This activity ends before the end of the third month. So, 100% of this amount contributes to the planned value. Activity B is performed in second and third months. And the planned cost for the activity B is $50,000. Again, we plan to finish before the end of the third month. All of this money will contribute to the planned value. Activity C starts in the middle of the third month. And when does it finish? It is 1 month long and will therefore finish in the middle of the fourth month. Only 50% of this activity will be completed in the third month. Total cost of this activity is $10,000. Half of $10,000 or $5,000 will be consumed before the end of the third month. Activity D starts at the beginning of the fourth month and has a duration of 2 months. This is after the third month and will not contribute to the planned value. We can simply ignore activity D. Planned value at the end of third month is $20,000 from activity A plus $50,000 from activity B plus $5,000 from activity C. The planned value is $75,000. C is the correct choice. Let's move to the next problem. You are 5 months into a 2-year-long project. The following numbers are reported by the project manager. EV equals $120K. CPI is 1.1. SPI is 1.0. Which of these statements is correct? A. The project is under budget and is also ahead of schedule. B. The cost variance of the project is negative and the project is on schedule. C. The schedule variance of the project is 0 and the cost variance of the project is positive. D. The project is on schedule but is over budget. Please pause the video and try the problem. Every option talks about budget and schedule. Let's check the schedule first. The first choice says the project is ahead of schedule. Option B says project is on schedule. Option C says schedule variance of the project is 0. Zero schedule variance means the project is on schedule. D also says the project is on schedule. SPI is 1. This means the project is on schedule. A is incorrect. We are left with 3 options. We will look at the cost now. Option B says cost variance is negative. This means the project is over budget. Option C says cost variance of the project is positive. This means the project is under budget. Positive cost variance is good. Option D says project is over budget. The CPI for the project is 1.1. It is more than 1. The project is under budget. Clearly, option B and option D are incorrect. Option C is our choice. Let's look at one more problem. You are assigned as a consultant to an ongoing project. Before your first meeting with the project manager, you come across the following information about the project. No other details about the project are known to you. BAC equals $2,120,000. CPI equals 0.65. SPI equals 0.9. Planned project duration equals 18 months. How can the current situation be described? A. It is impossible to complete the project at the budgeted cost. B. The project is 35% over budget. C. The project is 65% under budget. D. 10% of the planned work has been completed till now. Again, I would strongly recommend that you pause the video and try this problem yourself. Alright, let's start with option A. It is impossible to complete the project at the budgeted cost. Budgeted cost is the BAC, $2,120,000 in this example. Is it impossible to complete the project at this budget? We cannot be sure about that. The project is 18 months long. It is possible that the project is still in the initial stages. Even though the CPI at the moment looks pretty bad, there is enough time to improve the cost performance of the project and get it back on track. This is just a guess. There is simply not enough information for us to conclusively claim that the project cannot be completed within the budget. A is incorrect. Let's move to option B. The project is 35% over budget. The CPI is 0.65. This means for every dollar spent, only $0.65 worth of activities are completed. Ideally, for every dollar spent, we want $1 worth of activities to be completed. The gap, $1 minus $0.65 is $0.35 or 35% in relative terms. We are 35% over budget. B is clearly the correct choice. Still, let's check C and D also. C is incorrect. We have already proved that the project is 35% over budget. What about D? 10% of the planned work has been completed till now. SPI is 0.9 or 90%. We have completed 90% of the planned work. 10% is incorrect. B is our choice. Let's move to the next problem. You are reviewing a project that was completed last month. The planned project budget was $1 million and the planned execution time was 2 years. But the project was over budget by 13%. and took an extra 4 months to complete. Which of the following is not true about this project? A. The earned value of the project is $1 million. B. The SPI of the project is 1. C. The schedule variance of the project is negative. D. The CPI of the project is less than 1. Please pause the video and try to find the correct choice. Alright. We have to find the statement that is not true. Statement that is false. Option A says earned value is $1 million. The project budget is also $1 million. Budget is BAC or budget at completion. BAC indicates the total value that the project should create. When a project is completed, the value created or earned value equals BAC. A is true. Let's move to B. SPI of the project is 1. We know that the project was delayed by 4 months. When a project is complete, SPI is always 1. The overall delay doesn't matter. SPI is earned value divided by planned value. EV or the value of work done at the end of project is BAC. We talked about this in option A. Total planned value for the project is also BAC. So, SPI is 1. Option B is also true. Option C says schedule variance is negative. SPI is 1. So, schedule variance will be 0, not negative. Option C is false. Let's look at option D also. CPI of the project is less than 1. We know that the project was over budget by 13%. CPI should indeed be less than 1. D is also true. We are looking for a statement that is not true. A, B, D are true. So, C is our choice. Let's look at the next problem. You have approached the management for additional funding for your project. In your presentation, you have captured these critical parameters. BAC equals $120K. PV equals $40K. AC equals $40K. CPI equals 0.8. But one person in the audience requested for cost variance. What should be our response? A. CPI and cost variance are related parameters. As we already know CPI, we don't need cost variance. B. The information in the presentation is not enough for calculating cost variance. Cost variance will be presented in the next meeting. C. The cost variance of the project is related to CPI. The cost variance is minus $8,000. D. Schedule variance is also an important parameter. Schedule variance and cost variance will be presented in the next meeting after detailed analysis. Please try to solve this problem yourself. The management wants to know the cost variance. Let's find the best response. We will start with option A. CPI and cost variance are related parameters. That's right. Both these parameters check the cost performance. We know the CPI, but does that mean we don't need the cost variance? CPI tells us how much work is done per dollar spent. It gives a relative assessment of the cost deviation. On the other hand, cost variance gives us the cost gap in terms of dollars. Both these parameters are important and provide us with different perspectives. Option A is incorrect. Option B, Option C, and Option D all talk about cost variance. Option D also talks about schedule variance. This is little strange. The request is for cost variance. This option is unlikely to be correct. Still, let's check carefully. We will focus on cost variance. Cost variance equals earned value minus actual cost. Actual cost is $40,000. What about the earned value? CPI is 0.8. CPI is earned value by actual cost. Therefore, earned value is $32,000. EV is $32,000. AC is $40,000. So, cost variance is minus $8,000. B and D are incorrect. C is the correct choice. How many of these 5 problems did you get right? Please let me know in the comments. All the best with your PMP.